In Rush, the attacking force must find and destroy the defending force's telegraph posts. The defenders can use these telegraph posts to call in artillery strikes. The defenders may also deny the attackers their mission by disarming explosives they plant on the telegraph positions. Should the telegraph posts be destroyed, the defenders must fall back to the next sector and protect the telegraph posts there. As the attackers move into new sectors, any of the troops killed are replaced with reinforcements. At regular intervals, a powerful elite-class weapon is dropped somewhere on the map. Grab it to get the upper hand in terms of firepower. The attacker wins the battle if all telegraph posts in every sector are destroyed. The defender wins by either killing all the attackers or having at least one telegraph post left intact when time runs out. At the end of the battle, the two sides change roles and the defender becomes the attacker and the attacker becomes the defender. In many ways, World War I changed the notion of how war was to be fought. Near the end of it was not as much about capturing territory as it was to force the enemy to surrender by inflicting as many casualties as possible. Team deathmatch mirrors the simple brutality of war. Infantry-based units combating each other to the death, kill or be killed. The game pits your side against the enemy. Defeat as many opponents as you can and make sure to protect yourself and your fellow soldiers. At regular intervals, a powerful elite-class weapon is dropped somewhere on the map. Grab it to get the upper hand in terms of firepower. The side that inflicts the most casualties wins. But if the timer runs out, the side that has killed the most enemies wins. War, man-made communication systems were still crude and unreliable. Therefore, dogs and pigeons were used extensively to send messages. Two sides compete to use messenger pigeons to call for artillery barrages on enemy positions. When the game starts, the first pigeon coop will be located somewhere on the map. Find the pigeon before the enemy, carry it to a safe location, write the message, then release the pigeon. To release the pigeon, you must be out in the open. Once a message is sent, artillery will rain down on the enemy. If the soldier carrying the pigeon is killed, the pigeon can then be picked up by anyone. If a pigeon is released by the enemy, you can shoot it down to avoid being shelled. The side that calls in the required number of artillery strikes wins. But if the timer runs out, the side that has directed the most artillery strikes wins. After the initial mobile war on the Western Front, holding on to captured ground proved to be a challenging task. Frontlines combines conquest and rush in a symmetrical head-on engagement, where the contested frontline can move in both directions. During the first phase, each side fight over a chain of objectives. Only one of the objectives is active at once. Conquering an objective allows that faction to advance closer to the enemy base. Once a faction loses the flag objective closest to their base, they will have to defend the two telegraph posts inside the base. Artillery called in from the telegraphs can be used against the attackers. The phase ends when both telegraph posts have been destroyed or when the attackers have run out of reinforcements. A failed telegraph attack will revert to the initial flag objectives phase, where the factions continue fighting for access to their bases. The game ends when one faction has destroyed both enemy telegraph posts, or when the time runs out.